Hello and welcome to this episode of Dread Captures, the ultimate destination for those who seek the thrill of witnessing the unexplained. Our channel is dedicated to bringing you the most compelling and jaw-dropping camera footage we can find. Trail cameras, security cameras, and other recording devices can capture events that occur when no one is around. We have gathered trail camera footage of wild animals, cryptids, paranormal activity, along with mysterious creatures lurking in the shadows and strange sightings and phenomena that defy explanation. We have it all. Our team of experts scours the internet and beyond to bring you the latest and greatest in the world of wildlife and the unknown. So whether you're a seasoned cryptozoologist, a veteran outdoorsman, or just a curious viewer, buckle up and get ready for an adventure like no other. Now, let's get into the capture. Back in 2008 in Kumburgaz, Turkey, there were numerous UFO sightings reported across the region. During one of these instances, a man captured what he thought was a UFO hovering over the sea on his video camera. The device he used had a telephoto adapter, enabling him to zoom incredibly close to the alleged UFO. The video was so detailed that several people who reviewed the footage speculated that the cameraman had caught a glimpse of the craft's inhabitants peering out of a porthole in the vessel. Research institutions in Turkey and expert teams in the US, Japan, Chile, Brazil, and Russia analyzed the video footage. Their unanimous conclusion was that the video had not been tampered with or edited. Additionally, 4 other individuals attested to witnessing this peculiar UFO sighting. While skeptics have argued that the Kumburgaz UFO video is merely an upper deck of a cruise ship seen from a distance, proponents of the UFO theory have refuted this claim with compelling counter-evidence. So, is this video showing a genuine spaceship with extraterrestrial occupants? Or is it just an optical illusion created by the upper deck of a cruise ship? What's your take? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. This upcoming trail camera footage, taken on a wooded path, reveals something both shocking and eerie. Take a look. Did you see that? Behind the trees, a white, shadowy figure can be seen darting through the forest. What might that mysterious apparition be? A ghost or spirit, perhaps? While it could be dismissed as a camera trick, that explanation seems unlikely. Everything about the footage feels authentic. The notion of encountering a ghost or spirit has always been a captivating idea. Throughout history, people have reported supernatural sightings, and tales of ghostly figures are embedded in many cultures around the world. Could these stories hold some truth? This footage might just be proof, as it's one of the most convincing ghost images we've come across. How else could you possibly explain what's captured here? In October 2020, an attentive researcher was combing through satellite imagery of Antarctica when they stumbled upon something that made author Brad Olson pause. There appeared to be a metallic object, partially buried under ice. Upon closer inspection, it certainly gave the impression of a protruding disc, casting a shadow on the icy surface. Olson suggests that as the ice melts, what seems to be an extraterrestrial vessel is becoming visible, perhaps left there millennia ago. However, the question remains, what extraterrestrial being would abandon their vehicle in such a barren location? In September 2018, over the Mediterranean Sea, an F-18 begins its descent towards the deck of the USS Ford carrier. The ideal conditions hint at a precise landing. However, suddenly,
as it goes to touchdown, we actually see a triangular-shaped UFO, like something that would be right out of an alien movie. Historically, UFOs have been certain types of shapes. You've got cigar UFOs, saucer UFOs, and triangle UFOs. So the fact that there was a triangle UFO on this aircraft carrier, that really sent the UFO community into a frenzy. Some are wondering, is this original video really the original video? Or did they edit out the triangular-shaped UFO to keep us from knowing that they actually are harboring alien spacecraft?
A haunting video uploaded on TikTok is making waves worldwide and giving viewers the chills. The uploader, a scrapyard worker, begins by guiding us through his workplace.
A este Mercedes lo balacearon. Lo balacearon y el señor o el muchacho no sé qué haya sido.
The camera focuses on a car filled with bullet holes, an eerie relic of a violent episode that claimed the life of a young man.
Otros tres. No, este como que sí. Murió. Yo creo por eso aquí está.
But what follows is even more alarming. Check this out.
Ah, cabrón, oigo ruido. ¿Qué pedo aquí? Ah, su chingada madre. ¿Y este güey que me viene siguiendo qué?
A car missing a tire lurches clumsily across the lot, its exposed axle grinding against the ground. It pulls up and stops in the same spot the bullet hole car was in.
Pues ¿quién chingado viene manejando a este carro qué? Si nomás tiene tres pinches llantas. ¿Es el pinche rayador o qué?
With no one driving the car, everyone is left speechless. Could this be evidence of a supernatural presence in the scrapyard? Could this occurrence be linked to the horrifying gunfire incident that ended a young life, with the car standing as a bleak tribute to his untimely death?
Ya el carro ya se deterioró porque está viejito, pero...
For now, without a definitive explanation, the video stands as a gripping reminder of the tragic incident, leaving me wondering, is this the doing of a restless ghost, or just a peculiar mechanical malfunction? Only deeper investigation or time might expose the reality.
¡Párate, cabrón! ¿Dónde vas? Pues ¿quién chingado viene manejando a este carro, qué? Cabrón. Ya me está dando miedo.
This is unbelievable footage here. Check this out.
Man, this is amazing.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm gonna retire now.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
During a relaxed conversation outdoors, the group is suddenly interrupted by something that defies explanation. Early into the video, the cameraman zooms in on a bizarre phenomenon known as the Paulding light. This intensely glowing white shimmer has no identifiable source, and it captures the attention of everyone present. As they discuss what this mysterious light could be, two more lights suddenly appear. These lights dart across the skyline, fading in and out, sometimes appearing red, and at other times, the the single white light grows remarkably large. The objects move with astonishing speed and even seem to be approaching the group. Although a bit alarmed, the group feels relatively safe since they're near their cars and can leave if things get too intense. They continue to film the strange occurrence. One person suggests that the lights might be car headlights, but the erratic movement dismisses this theory for the rest of the group. In truth, no one knows exactly what the Paulding light is or how it originated. Local legends offer some intriguing explanations. Some believe the light is the lantern of a deceased railroad worker who met a tragic end on the tracks. Others think it could be a manifestation of the Grim Reaper himself. After watching this video, I'm eager to hear what you believe this unexplained phenomenon might be. This video, having made the rounds on social media, really leaves its mark on you once you've seen it. It shows a goat standing eerily upright on its hind legs in the dim light. The goat's eyes appear black and stationary, as though they're gazing directly into the soul of the individual behind the camera. Throughout history, goats have been symbolically tied to paranormal and satanic activities, often used to represent evil. Videos like this remind us why these animals can spark a profound unease in some people. Interestingly, many who have seen the video speculate that the creature could be a skinwalker, a being from Native American folklore known for its ability to shape-shift into any animal. Without any backstory, we are all left to our own devices to speculate about the circumstances. Is this animal possessed? Is it a supernatural entity like a skinwalker? Or are we simply allowing our imaginations and fears to take over? Guests at this party were floored when this dog seemed to run across the water. Their faces are covered in shock and awe. My best guess is there is some trickery incorporated into this, but man, it really looks real. If you watch closely, the guy in the light shirt in the middle of the screen turns around and the dog catches his eye, and he very naturally tracks him over the water and off the left of your screen. It just looks so real. Anyhow, if you have a take, other than this being a hoax, or maybe a personal experience with something like this, I'd love to hear it. This intriguing video appears to show the face of Bigfoot, and I have to admit, its resemblance to human features is quite unsettling. Yet, as you study the enormous size of its head and the notable space between its round eyes, it starts to look less like a human and more like something else. The creature in this footage seems at ease, and possibly even curious as it turns its gaze toward the camera. It's aware that it's under observation, but it also seems to be observing in return. Some Bigfoot enthusiasts have stated in other videos that these beings often assign one member of their group as a lookout to safeguard the family. We've presented previous videos on this channel featuring close-up images of what's believed to be Bigfoot's face, but the clarity in those instances wasn't as high. This new image aligns with those earlier captures, adding further weight to the argument for Bigfoot's existence. What do you guys think? Do we have a high-resolution video of Bigfoot, or is it a hoax?
Where's Mom?
As I was pulling up to this was a moose calf right on the shoulder of the road. I watched a couple of vehicles just about hit the calf. I just stopped, I opened the door, and immediately she was crossing the highway towards...
As the mom is nowhere in sight, a man approaches a lone moose calf, stranded near the highway. With several vehicles narrowly missing it, the man decides to step in. The moment he opens his truck door, the calf seemingly makes a beeline toward him, crossing the highway fearlessly. The man narrates the unusual encounter on the spot, questioning the calf's strange behavior. Apparently, it's not the norm for a calf to be alone, and certainly not trying to climb into his truck.
I happened to glance over and there was a bear there. So I just went, oh, shit. Just thought, well, you can't go on the driver's side. That's not going to work. So Just kind of herded her around the passenger side. She was happy as a clam, pretty glad she wasn't still standing outside.
Suddenly spotting a bear nearby, the man quickly reacts. Realizing that directing the calf to the driver's side won't work, he guides her around to the passenger side. She seemed content, which he was relieved about, considering the looming bear threat. He jokingly warns her against licking the truck, and they share a bonding moment on their journey back. Reflecting on the encounter, he admits he didn't spend too much time thinking about the possible consequences, or who he might upset. He simply saw a creature in distress and felt the need to assist.
I'll admit I didn't sit there for half an hour going over every scenario and who I'd upset, or I just went, you came for help, I got to give you help.
However, this heartwarming tale takes a different turn, as his employer didn't view his actions as kindly. They terminated his employment, stating that this was the last in a string of events that went against their wildlife interaction policies. They have shared more information about their decision, which can be found if you're curious. It suffices to say, his well-intentioned act resulted in an unexpected job loss, but he is a hero in my mind.
Let's go. This one's a little bit unusual because as heartwarming as you may find that video, the company he worked for has a very different view. Worked for as in they fired him. They said there were a series of events culminating in that which they say violated their policies in terms of dealing with wildlife. They have other details that they've released, and if you're interested, I'm sure you can find it. I'll just leave it at the fact that that led to him.
Staying in the helping mindset. On a remote logging site, employees discovered a moose trapped in their lumber mound. They quickly called a claw crane to help free the animal. Their initial attempt involved removing a single log, hoping that would work to release the moose. However, it remained trapped. The workers began to remove a few additional logs, but to no avail. The next step was to remove the entire heap to free the moose. Once they eventually managed to untrap it, their job wasn't finished. The moose remained stuck on the icy bank and still needed help to get out. The crew gently lowered the crane and secured the moose before delicately transporting it out and setting it free. A truly remarkable camera capture. Here's a video that's creating a buzz and raising eyebrows across various social media platforms. A user on Instagram shared a fascinating video from a mountainous region in Chile. Have a look. The video showcases an odd object in the sky, bearing a startling resemblance to a humanoid figure, hovering ominously in the air. Naturally, this site has ignited a flurry of assumptions, with ideas ranging from extraterrestrial activity to governmental intrigue. Some users suggest it could be an alien or even a witch. To truly grasp the breadth of these speculations, we must delve into the rich realm of Chilean paranormal lore. Chile, like many other South American nations, has a rich history of supernatural mythology and reported encounters with mystical entities. Witches, in particular, play a significant role in Chilean folklore. In Chiloé, an island in the southern part of Chile, stories of a witches' sect known as La Recta Provincia abound. As per local legends, these witches possess the power to transform into birds or even sweep through the skies on a magical boat. So, what's your take on this peculiar sighting? I'm eager to hear your perspective on this one. What are you going to do if these three walk up in your yard like they own the place? I'll answer that. Like me, you're most likely going to let them enjoy themselves in your pond. These young cubs make a beeline for this koi pond, and they don't hesitate, they just plop right in. A few commenters said that they were going to eat all the fish from the pond, but honestly, it doesn't look like they're hungry. It looks like they're hot. A quick side note, look how big Mama Bear is compared to the garage door. I know it's likely a matter of perspective, but she looks gigantic. As far as the bears potentially eating the fish, well, they are omnivores and have been known to eat fish, including koi from private ponds if they're accessible. They are opportunistic feeders. Also, I love how mom keeps plucking them from the pond, and they get back in. Reminds me of myself trying to get my kids out of the pool. Cubs are kids, they just want to play. When mom is really ready to go, she just starts walking away, pretending she's going to leave. Yep, that trick works every time. You certainly wouldn't want to bump into this guy while out on a hike. This heart-dropping video records a close encounter between humans and a mountain lion. The person who captured this footage and their family unexpectedly come across the surprisingly calm big cat during an early evening walk. Luckily on this occasion, the mountain lion doesn't seem to be in an aggressive mood. While it's rare for these creatures to attack humans, it's worth noting that if they were inclined to hunt us, they certainly could. With that in mind, it's essential never to act submissive around a cougar if you want to make it out alive. In this particular instance, the majestic animal remains calm and stationary, allowing the humans to appreciate its stunning appearance. A woman from North Carolina claims she's had numerous extraterrestrial encounters throughout her life, but one specific event altered her existence irreversibly. Does her story sound familiar to any experiences you've had? Here's her account. I remember having difficulty sleeping. It was 1:41 a.m. and I was tossing and turning, when all of a sudden I felt lifeless. I was completely paralyzed, and then I started to float upward. My vision was consumed by darkness, punctuated by passing lights. As I glanced up, a triangular object with lights underneath it was looming above me. Then everything went black. I regained consciousness in an unfamiliar dark room, lying on a table. Suddenly, I felt vibrations throughout my body, occasionally accompanied by an involuntary groan. Although I couldn't see anyone, I sensed a presence. When I was back in my bed, it felt as though I was emerging from unconsciousness. For a whole week after this incident, I was constantly exhausted. It wasn't until I was in the shower, praying, the next day that the memory of the event hit me. It was so overwhelming it brought my prayers to a halt. I felt powerless during these abductions, sometimes aware of the surroundings, sometimes not. As far as I can recall, I've been abducted several times, but my memories of these incidents were largely blocked. Only in the past dozen years have some memories started to resurface. One particular abduction in 2014 left a lasting impact on me. I was watching television when suddenly the power cut out. Before I knew it, I found myself being carried away. This time the surroundings were well lit, and I could see figures standing around me. As I was returned to my room, I saw the silhouette of what appeared to be an alien. It was tall, thin, and its head was large. At first I thought it was my son, and started calling out to him, but he didn't respond. Suddenly, a flash of light appeared from where the figure was, and it disappeared. Upon checking, I found my son fast asleep. The morning after, while I was parking my car at work, 2 joggers ran unnervingly close to my vehicle. I never saw their faces, and I never saw them again. I found this odd, especially following the abduction. After the encounter, I suffered allergic reactions, internal bleeding, and severe pain in my reproductive organs that left me unable to walk. I've witnessed unexplained apparitions and dark figures in my room. Certain types of aircraft cause a ringing in my ears. I've seen flashes of light when outside at night. Sometimes I'd be driving and have no recollection of how I arrived at my destination. My daughter has heard strange sounds, like those of a surgery, coming from my room. On some occasions, my TV turns itself off. It's been 9 years since that life-changing encounter in Fayetteville, North Carolina, back in January 2014, and the severe effects of the abduction continue to haunt me.